I am live right now, and I should post this within the group after the live, hopefully. Let's see if anybody gets on here. If not, I'll make a video about it. I can't find my seam roller. Good morning, Heather. I wanted to come live. I'm making a dainty day tripper, but I wanted to like come live and talk to some subscribers and kind of get some different insight. I had another YouTube sewer mentioned to me the other day. I was telling them that I was going to do the Donna pattern from Swoon, and I wanted to do it true to pattern, because we get, I don't know if other YouTubers get it, but I get it where people are like, I don't want any modifications. I want it exactly like the pattern. So I try to do that first. But I wanted to do like a modification series and like how I would modify, or how do I modify different swing bags. Like I do a recessed zipper for my Annette. I've made it where it's just a tote with magnetic snaps. I do different things for my Mabel, Celine, you name it. I do something different. These are techniques that I honed over the years. So I was approached by another YouTuber, and she was trying to explain to me about members only. She shows people how to make quilts for the public, everyone to see, but then for like individual classes and like how to make, like, let's say flying geese, she has a class set up and she has like levels, so that way it's only for the members. The videos don't go to the public, they're only for the members. And I have mixed feelings on this. I appreciate it in the stance that it's like I will be able to teach a class that for people that can help contribute to using the materials, because making bags, we all know, isn't cheap, and sometimes it's hard for me to make a video if I'm not going to make a bag using it to sell. Like, there's nothing I hate worse than that. I absolutely despise making a bag and I know it's never going to sell, or I'm never going to use it, because it's a waste of not only materials, time, and hardware. And it could be just frustrating at the end of the day. If you ever see the bag, you're like, oh my God, I hate you. And hi, good morning. Okay, thank you. My oatmeal smells good. I haven't eaten my breakfast yet. I just got into sewing some stripes, and I'm making sewing by patterns by Mrs. H Dainty Day Tripper. If you don't know, that is like one of my all-time favorite patterns. Highly underrated. It's a beautiful bag, and I am doing a small modification, and where it's not going to be a convertible, I'm going to make it a straight backpack. And I'm using a little bit different hardware than what is usually required on it. So with that, again, I do have a lot of people, messaging me or emailing me asking me about modifications. And I would love to teach people how to do so on a different platform, maybe. So I just wanted to get your guys' insight and your input if that would be something that you would be interested in. Because right now I try to definitely stay tried and true to the pattern and not deviate. Like, even if I don't put my pockets in that way or install zippers that way, I try to stay true to it. That's okay. Don't worry. My puppy, he's around, so I'm pretty sure as soon as I say his name, he'll just pop in. That's Loki. He's definitely a mischief god. He's my favorite, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's my favorite person. He has like a whole Scooby-Doo thing. One day I'm gonna do a video with just like him and me. He talks so much, and if you've been watching like some of my latest videos, then Loki talks. I think he didn't talk during making the Donna, but I have a bag that's coming out tomorrow. And I think he like has a couple appearances. Like, he's big. You can't help but see him, and he's a talker. He's like Scooby-Doo. Good morning. So I mean, I'm trying to really figure this out. I want to be able to, because I wanted to have like a whole thing where I make the pattern try and true, and then have another video for modifications. Good morning. So I wanted to have two different ones because like as I'm making the donut, all I kept thinking about is all the different modifications I would put on it. I knew I did mention throughout the pattern where you can get it. Oh no, no, no. I've been on YouTube for a year and some change, and I feel like I'm kind of consistent at this time. And then if you're in the Facebook world of sewing, then you've seen my face. You see my bags. You know I'm. It's very rare when I don't respond. I was actually surprised that I got the Donna out yesterday because everyone in my house except my two boys, my husband and my son, are sick. So, oh my god, that's why my voice sounds really froggy. I know, I totally, and that's why I didn't want to do Patreon. I did not even know that YouTube has a members only. I just found out yesterday. And because my husband and I were talking, because I was telling him when I was finished with the bag, I was like, man, I want to put a slip pocket in this. I wanted to have a center divider in this bag because it's so dainty. And then I also thought it would be a great lunch bag. And, or like, I have this in the summer, I'm going to be making a couple of 50 styles dress. And I thought it would be nice to have that bag because it's such a beautiful take on a vintage bag for like matching bags. And I want to be able to show all this, but it's hard. Like, I have like a bag full of walls that I need to post on my Etsy page, but my Etsy page usually shows my fandom. I'm a geek first, and it has all my geeky stuff. And I'm starting now to put my serious stuff out there. But yeah, making you guys know, making bags isn't easy. But I wanted to like get input on it because I would love to. I'm not saying I won't do free YouTube modification stuff. It's just a little bit more in depth. More, I want to make sure I have 3 to 4 camera views so that you can see in every angle, see hand positions, and definitely have my mic closer and possibly a second mic because I know my voice is deep. So it registers that I'm not loud all the time. I didn't even notice that until I started listening to my own YouTube videos. I just thought I had a normal voice. And that was another thing. And that I would have to go. I'm speaking to another YouTuber who has like a different platform for like a Patreon type, so it could be live lessons. Um, yeah, because I actually, if Dalva's still in here, Dalva recommended me that for a year ago to create lessons because I would love to teach one on one because I learn better when someone is trying to help me and walk me through it. And there's a lot of stuff I know in the bag world that I have fun with, and I'm still learning new stuff, but I would love to teach what I know, especially I can't create a pattern for anything, but if you give me a bag, I can modify it. I can modify it, just crazy things like how to do an enclosed zipper, or I wanted to do the Ethel and show people how you can have an enclosed zipper on there. Let me see. Okay, so is there a way for you to do a modification video bags and you just add a pocket or whatever? No, see, the thing is like if you watch the Donna bag, I tell you where I would modify it. Like in the very beginning, I told you towards the end I showed you where you could put the D rings so you can make it a cross body bag, or if you don't want to put D rings, you can use the two connectors, one in the front and one in the back. I would have added slip pockets, but the problem I have is that, or even when I see within Swoon, people want the original pattern how it's made, which in all fairness I think should be seen first. Everybody wants to modify, but honestly, I always tell people to make a bag first, and I do make bags in muslin, like cheap bags with cheap interfacing to figure out what I could do different. That's how I figured out how to put a recessed zipper in a net. That's how I figured out how to put an enclosed zipper in different bags. It's just you have to play with it, but people don't want to usually see that. They want the try and true. And then with something like the Donna, yeah, I could probably put a pocket in here. You could do this here, but people wanted to see it, and there's some people that don't. So that's the hard part. And far as modifications, I definitely would need to get approval from some people that create bags like, hey, I'm going to use your pattern. The people are going to buy your pattern and I'm going to modify it. And some artists may or may not like that. And that is their choice because it's their baby. That's their bag pattern. In some, I know I could do, like I believe Samantha will approve me to do modifications just on simple bags that we have. Because I'm working right now on an Ethel, a completely enclosed zipper so that you can't stick your fingers in. I live in Maryland. For anyone that doesn't know, a lot of the people that like purchase bags from me are from either DC or New York, and they ride the rails. So they want to make sure that you can't stick. Oh yeah, okay, so I have are you if you guys are familiar with Clutch and Couture, I have not asked Jacqueline yet, but I made her bag and I made it completely different. It looks like a Coach bag. It looks exactly like the Coach saddle bags. And I get people messaging me at least 3 to 4 times a week. They want the dimensions. They want to know exactly how I modified. And like, there's a part of me that like, yeah, I want to help. And there's another part. It's like, I put so much work in it, so much work. Like I can't, if you look at her, I forgot the name of the bag. I have it around, but hold on. Let me see if I can pull it down. Cause I'm actually contemplating, my mom wants this bag and I've been waiting for her to like come out here so she can get it. My husband like organizes all the bags and there goes some. I know, Papa, I'm gonna get you, okay? All right. Okay, so for this bag, it is way bigger than the original. It has a different bottom. I constructed the sides a little bit different and added depth. My connectors are different from the original. My handles are completely different. They're round and have stitching that's different. So I get people messaging me because they'll go on Jacqueline's page and see all the fantastic bags she did, and I've had permission to sew it, but I don't want to be on anyone's bad list. I will want to ask permission before I modify it. I don't know if it, I don't know. And again, I modified the heck out of this. Like, I used all metal zippers inside the bag, outside of the bag, just a little bit different. And it took me like 5 days to come up with fixing the pattern pieces. It's not like when you're doing dressing, you can cut in the middle and elongate. You have to figure out the measurements for everything. No, I have nothing. I have no idea. This is like the first time I thought I have no idea about pricing. It was just somebody that came up in the community who is a quilter, and I was talking to them about modifying. She's like, she modifies patterns for quilting, and she does private classes. And how, like, we were talking, our conversation started because I wanted to do the flying geese in a tester bag on the side of the bag or on the top. And I haven't done the flying geese in so long. So she was like, oh yeah, this, and this. And you look at this video. And then she was like, or you can join my members only. They paid for this video. And I'm like, what is the member only? And then she's like, YouTube. She's like, you haven't explored all your stuff on YouTube? I'm like, apparently not. So I don't know. I want, because my whole thing I wanted to do for the rest of this year is show one bag getting made and then show another bag, the same bag but modified how I wanted to do it. And bounding, having things bound, like if you like binding, you can do any, hear me, any swoon bag, especially in the vintage collection, bound. Like Donna to me, I thought was like some ethereal creature because I hear people saying they want a video. There's no videos on YouTube about it. I make it and I'm like, the community makes way harder bags than this bag. Way harder bags. It literally has like 6 pattern pieces. That's it. One zipper pocket. So, yeah, I don't it's a really weird, really weird thing. And I just want to be able to continue to bring stuff and not I don't want to say burn out or whatever funds I get from YouTube, I literally put it right back into making bags. I don't even pay myself. I put it right back in because we all know hardware, material, all that stuff does that. And I also harvest old bags like from the first time I made bags. I have my very first bag picture because the first one sold, and weirdly I see it every year at this one convention because this lady bought it and it's still holding up strong. And my rivet game was really bad back then. So I don't know. I just wanted to bring it to you guys and see what your thoughts and opinions are. I definitely don't want to make the channel where it's like only that. I'm going to still bring you content. I'm still going to bring you patterns and different designers that I have never worked with, didn't know about, and hopefully we can get more and more. But I really wanted to do a series on modifications, just straight modifications. Like I said, I'm working on the Dainty Day Tripper from Sewing Patterns by Mrs. H. And if you know this bag, it uses very specific hardware to convert from a backpack to a crossbody. I didn't have these and I wasn't going to order them. So last night I was like, how can I make this into just a backpack? Because you can't put anything on the top of this because this is where that it gets folded over and it has that Mary Poppin opening with it has I don't have it on me. It has the rings from Emmeline bag, like the retreat bag. So you can't put hardware on the top. So what I did is I used bridge connectors and I'm making backpack straps that you can clip on. And then I'm going to put I think I'm going to put a D-ring in between here where like sandwich in different connectors on the side so that way, or in the inside of the bag, so that way you can wear it as a crossbody if you want. I'm coming up with different ideas, but this is what I do on a daily basis. And I know people when I see my bag, they're like, how did you modify it? What fabric, what interfaces you use, what, and I'm like, I can go all day on that. I could write a book. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah. Yeah, Robbie, I asked for permission for everything. Um, oh, I guess because I test for a lot of people, a lot of people and a lot of awesome people. I see all the hard work and all the struggles they go through to create this pattern, and it's their baby. Really, if you look at it, it's like blueprints. If somebody gave this person how to bake this building and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, we don't want this window. No, we don't want this door. It's going to hurt the architect. So like, I see these designers and how much they put in, and it's amazing. My brain can't come up with a pattern. I will never be able to come up with a pattern. If somebody wanted to work with me off of ideas I have for patterns, by all means, go for it. Because the math alone, like, God, like Alexis's patterns, she literally gives you how you can size it up and size it down on like on the second page. And I have never even attempted to do that. But I don't know. I just would like to go to the designer and be like, hey, like let me use a Orosa pattern. Like, hey, I want to extend the arms of this so it can become a crossbody bag. Or like if you've seen the Alice quilt, I had this idea if the circle was bigger, it will like she has it where you fit large on a shoulder bag, but I just thought, I don't know, I have this thing where I think you can make this round part continuous, but it'll be on modification. And you can show it in the group and you can do everything. I don't know, I asked for permission first. If I designed something, I would want person to come up to me and be like, hey, I'm going to do a modification. Are you okay with that? um, yeah, I was just thinking it because I for this end of this year, I wanted to do modifications. I get people asking me all the time in different forms, either on a bag that I made or on YouTube, or they're emailing me. And I just wanted to bring it to the community to see what your thoughts were. I'm really open to anything. So yeah, I'm making right now the Dainty Day Tripper. I just got finished with my straps. So it's like cotton webbing in here. And then I'm using waterproof canvas, and I'm using this really pretty rainbow variant thread. And I'm about to turn this backpack into just something different. It's going to look the same, but the backing is going to be completely different. I didn't have it, so I was like, I'm kind of borrowing a little bit from the Trailblazer from Backstock. If you made that, then you're going to be like, yeah, those two will mesh well. So I also would love to do that in 2023, like taking two bags that we think will work really good and putting them together to see how it works. So, also, if there's a designer out there that you're like, hey, I haven't seen any YouTubes, I want to make this bag, you can, I have people email me or leave a comment, and I will definitely look and go from there. And good news, my kids will be in all their after school sports starting next week. So I can do like random lives, and we could sew together during lunch or breakfast or whatever I'm working on. And then we could all just like chit chat. And definitely if you're like, hey, how would you put a slip pocket in that, or what modifications you're using, I will share it, because sharing is how we learn in this community. So it's been 22 minutes, and I know you guys have work, sewing, families, whatever. And I really appreciate you giving me your ear. If you can comment, I would greatly appreciate any insider input that you have. Until I see you again, you'll get a video tomorrow, and then I'm working on another one this weekend. So I'm excited. And then we'll start Nova Ween. I have like really small little projects the last 13 days of October for us to do. And I hope everybody has a really, really awesome time and have a good weekend. Bye.